Alright, hello again. This is Warp. We're going to be doing another card review. Apparently sitting in front of a mic and talking about things helps you get better at talking. So, thank you for sitting through my yapping as I go through these packs. This will be quite long, so I'll try to make my thoughts short. So, yes, this is AA-12 Shotgun. Turn your weapon into a devastating full auto shotgun that can chew through health. And yeah, just a lot of bullets, a lot of ammo, a lot of attack speed, minus a lot of damage. Reminds me of Barrage and more ammo. Yeah, the design is kind of lackluster. A lot of other cards can kind of do this, so kind of muddles up the pool for much more interesting designs. Not saying it's a bad card, but I would like to see something more interesting. Accelerated back hopping. Forced backwards while blocking, dashing. It makes you jump backwards when you block. Yeah, it doesn't really do much else. It might help you get more closer to another person, but at that point, I think you just want to shield charge instead. So it doesn't really do much. So yeah, keeping this card banned. Addict. This was a little bit rarer, I think. But yeah, 3 random pills cards. And we'll see the pills later. But yeah, apparently at a common, getting a few mediocre stats is quite good. If you have nothing better to pick. So Addict is always a good, I got nothing better to pick kind of option. So Addict is quite good. Ammo Enthusiast. That's a lot of ammo. There's a lot of other cards that already give ammo, and 33 ammo is just kind of absurd. So you don't really need this card. It's very funny, it gives so much ammo though. But yeah, it's a lot of ammo. And I don't think that much ammo should be on a card. Angelic Burst. If you saw Burst from the vanilla pack, this gives you 12 of them, which is a lot. It ruins your damage, but yeah, if you're doing kind of the build with when you have like a lot of bullets at the same time, like for example with this with the shotgun, it multiplies that 5 or 1 plus 5, 6 by 12, which is a lot of bullets. So Angelic Burst is quite a funny card for that build. So yeah, it's a very funny card. Anti-material rifle. Yeah, this is absurd damage for, and it's like glorified combine. Again, not a very inspired idea. I think there's a lot of other rares with much more interesting designs. But I mean, I would love this card. This card is great. Damage knockback. Oh man, that's really funny. But not very inspired design. I think there's a lot of cooler cards you can pick that are rare. Ascension. If you saw my opinions on Phoenix and Death, Lives is just too much. This gives even worse stats, but again, still, it's not. It's extra lives is too much. Atomic Ammunition. I think this card was. We tried this card for a while, and it just didn't really do anything because damage growth is just not good enough of a stat. We'll see. I mean, some damage growth cards are still around, but it's just not good enough. Yeah, just might as well be a damage up. Like this card, which is really good. It's just careful planning. So we needed to get banned, just like why careful planning needed to get banned. There's too many big damage up cards around. So maybe it's a good card. It's a good card. I wish this card was unbanned, but too many big bullet cards. Block. Oh, shouldn't say that. It gives a lot of stats. It used to be a rare. I dropped it down to an uncommon, and surprisingly enough, just a bunch of random stats for an uncommon card is pretty good. I almost said the name though, which would have been kind of bad. Blood Ammunition, just not good enough. A little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of attack speed. That's like even worse than Leech from the vanilla pack. Blue Pill, health, 25 health for a card is not very good. Yeah, just very low impact card. Buttstock, minus bullet gravity plus movement speed. Again, kind of a low impact card. From minus bullet gravity. I think there are other cards that have better stats to them, along with bullet gravity, like bullet speed, or things like that. Chained, same problem as Hangman, makes everyone slower, just for no reason. Kind of unfun to play against. Clumsy, again, same problem. If you had to hit someone for this card, maybe it would have been cool, but just other players just being debuffed is just not fun. Cola Gun, same with Angelic Burst, is 5-round burst, so it gives you a lot more bullets. But again, the damage up is still quite bad. Again, just a good card for that kind of archetype where you're just gonna spew out a bunch of random bullets. It's a fine card. Condensed Ammunition, having a couple of downsides just to have no spread. Not impactful enough, kind of bad. Culling, make other players have less health. 10% not a lot, and not to do nothing about it. It's not very good balance design. Yeah. And balance is just a weak card, so not there. Dash is good. It's like shield charge, but more accessible since it's common. I think it dropped down from uncommon, I think. But it's a movement for a block build. It's not a very good option for a block build, but it's movement in general. So rather than going backwards, you're going where you want to go. So dash is pretty good. And you get a little bit of invincibility after you block. So as you're moving, you are invincible. So dash is pretty good. Dash Mark II. This used to be the uncommon or the common one, and then dash was the banned one. But realized actually, Dash Mark II is very good. You move very fast. But to have both is maybe a little redundant. So I think you don't need more Dash Mark II. Double shot, again not impactful enough. +1 bullets is fine. The damage up's not that bad, and +3 ammo is pretty good. But apparently it's just a little too low impact for a card. Same with the large magazine. You're not getting more damage. You're just getting more ammo. And sometimes you don't really use all the ammo in an engagement. And so, but we have another card. We have this futuristic magazine that triples your max ammo. Still nobody picks it, but I just have it around as a rare. Fisticuffs. Yeah, this short bullet range. We'll see another card that has a similar design to this called Point Blank, but Fisticuffs is just no way to increase your range. The benefit you get from it is just not good enough. The Fisticuffs is just wasn't good enough. Flex Seal is surprisingly good, as funny as the design is, because resetting bullet range with getting all these benefits is apparently good enough. So again, like the aforementioned Point Blank, it resets your range. There's a lot of other cards that set your range. So Flex Seal is a card that is quite memorable and has a good design to it too. We have Foregrip. Remove the spread penalty from any cards you have picked while increasing your mobility. Again, no spread on a card. It gets movement speed, which is a little better than having a downside to having no spread, but still it's just not enough of an impact. If you want a movement speed, just pick a movement speed card. If you want a no spread, then just pick up Flex Seal. And we have Futuristic Magazine. Again, nobody really picks this card, but triple max ammo is just nice to have there in case anybody wants to pick it. Again, it's one of the weaker rares, but it's just nice to have around. Yes, Gamer Ammunition. This is a good card. Unblockable bullets effectively nullifies the upside of block builds, of being invincible to your bullets. So you don't really see this card all too often though. And when it comes up, even block builds still have a way to get in, since a lot of blocks do damage, or if they have mobility, they can just kind of get in on you. So Gamer Ammunition isn't it's not a silver bullet for going against block builds, but it helps a lot, and this is a very powerful card. Green Pill. This is not a very good card. This much movement speed is actually quite potent compared to 25 health or 25 damage or any other 25% cards. But this is along with the Blue Pill a good synergy with Addicted. So this is a very good card. Ground Pound. Going downward apparently isn't that helpful. So it's not impactful enough. Hat Trick. 4 random common cards. Common cards are quite good in this game, surprisingly enough. So Hat Trick is actually quite good. 4 of them as well. That's a lot of cards. Hat Trick, very good card. High Power Scope. Just another source of bullet speed, but instead this one gives no bullet gravity, which is quite good. This is a welcome pick. Horizon. We tried to make this work. It just didn't really work. Yeah, kind of hard to control. It wasn't very fun to see. Munition pack. There's a lot of other cards that give ammo. 5 ammo is particularly low. Muzzle booster. You can get more fire rate from a card. Muzzle brake. Just get high power scope. Muzzle flash. Just get flex seal. No scope. Spread is actually a really bad downside. Yeah, and it's not really fun playing with spread. And so you kind of have to be wishing to get no spread. So, yeah, it's not a fun card to use. Nuclear is hilarious. It's it's a rare that is in the niche of big damage, and there's not many of them, so it's very nice to have. There's another card, I think with a similar name like Nuke, and that has AOE. This one doesn't, but I think that's good. That's fine. Nice simple card. A lot of damage. Very fun to see. Off-brand caliber, same problem as the other cards. Yeah, not balanced and not good design. Overly confident. This is a big source of movement speed. If you like movement speed, pick up this card. The block cooldown's downside is balanced enough where if you're moving fast enough, yeah, you don't need to block. So it's kind of a balanced card. I like it. Overly defensive. That's a lot of block cooldown to get. Yeah, and lowering your block cooldown is kind of a dangerous stat, like we saw with Wheel of Fortune. If you get enough of it, you're kind of invincible. And I think block builds already have enough ways to buff their blocks, other than just getting block cooldown. So it's a fine card. P90, that's like spray, just another spray. Maybe it's a little worse because the attack speed's not so good, but it's another spray. Welcome addition. Very, very simple design, but very welcomed. Parry. So it's actually kind of hard to use this effect. So yeah, way too hard to use. Yeah. If it was a little easier to use, maybe it would be usable. But even then, kind of very situational. Purple pill, 25% life steal is way too weak. Red pill, 25% damage. This is also a little too weak, but it's a good addition if you want to use addicted. Since we only have so many pills now, we don't have these weaker ones like purple or blue. You regularly get either block cooldown, damage, or movement speed. So it's a good addition. Nice to have around. Sabotager. What's it? Yeah. Again, yeah, similar design. All these designs are kind of not good enough. 6 shooter, surprisingly wasn't powerful enough. I really like the design because it sets your max ammo at 6, but apparently not many people like this card or picked it up. So just to reduce the fluff, we don't have this card around. Spacious ammunition, that's a lot of damage growth on a card. I still don't know if it's very good, but I think it's good enough as a rare, so it's good. Splatter gives a lot of bullets, 9 bullets to a card, but actually it doesn't say anywhere on the card, but it limits your range. So it's a good upside for the kind of downsides it has to it. That's a lot of bullets, 9 bullets. So I think Splatter is a fine card, very good card. Has its own niche. Stimulants. This is kind of it's only good, meaning that, you know, if you have nothing better to pick, sometimes you end up picking it up because it has a little bit of everything, but it's very weak. Like 70% reload time isn't as potent as 70% movement speed. So some of these effects don't really matter, or are like basically insignificant, but stimulants is nice to have around as a common, which is always good. So that's good. Stockpile. That's a similar card that's like this, but if instantly reloading, especially for this kind of downside, it was really not worth it. Suppressor, yeah, kind of a downside as well. Arcing bullets, kind of simple but not powerful enough. Swift reactions, not powerful enough. Trusty pan is an echo, which is pretty good, and it's a common, which is pretty good. You can always trust the pen. And you can especially trust this pen. When you pick it up, you get 4 more blocks. This was much more common before, but it was so good, it was basically winning games on its own. So we had to bump it up to a legendary, and even at legendary, it's still a very good card. 4 blocks is a lot of blocks. And then we got Vector. This is like Spray or P90. Yeah, just in that ballpark. 95 damage is quite brutal, but it's just a nice card to have and to see around if you're going for something like that. White Pills, the block cooldown card from Addicted that I just mentioned. Wounding Ammunition. It's basically it's cold bullets but worse. And a yellow pill, 25% attack speed is not impactful enough. But yes, there's a lot of very simple cards in this pack. The BPP, even though it may have seemed like I was just kind of bashing on this pack a lot, we'll see actually in a lot of the other bigger packs as well. A lot of the cards are banned, just because maybe it doesn't do enough or things like that. But BPP, apart from all the negativity I just mentioned from all these cards, it's a good pack. Has a lot of funny cards in it, very reliable commons and uncommons, which is very cool. And yeah, very simple pack. But yeah, that's it for BPP. Thank you for watching. And next time we'll go into BSC, another big pack. And you see, it's gonna be like this one too. A lot of banned cards. See you next time.